All right, there we go. Rock and roll, hoochie coo. Get it down and dirty. Let's go from the bottom to the top. Cushion racing at its finest. So Stone Cipher, easy peasy off the get-go, but oh, look out, is that Wayne Siddell in the number 7? Find out as they come across the start-finish line. No, it's Eric Wilkins. Wilkins on a tear, down on the low side, looking good. Taking over that lead out of turn number 2. Slingshot down right in the middle of the racetrack, not using it from top to bottom, but he has definitely got it going. Car number 78, Jesse 76 rather, Stone Cipher there in that second spot. Evenly spaced between 1, 2, and 3. The third slot, Ryan Murphy. Look at this, a 16,680. Coming around first lap, 16,679. Very consistent for your leader, Eric Wilkins, in that number 34. So busting a move, here we go. All by himself. Well, Wilkins going to have a time of it. Gosh, under 16 and a half. 16.447 is quick time. Stone Cipher and Murphy, they're in that 1 and 2 spot is the way it looks. Stretching it out, a single file. Drivers finding the groove. Yeah, and that's the thing about clay racetracks, is that the track will change during each race as well. So there's your white flag, Eric Wilkins. All right, look at that. Green to checkered, Wilkins taking the win. That definitely is going to help him. And what do we got? It's Ryan Murphy and Rick Schumann rounding your top 3 out. Very competitive division out here with Eric Wilkins. Not his quick time. He was in that sub 16 and a half second run. 1798 Ryan Murphy on his last run. So Murphy able to swish and swash and get past Rick Schumann. Jesse Stone Cipher, your pole sitter in the 76, picking up that 4th spot, followed by Aaron Jones, Jonas Reynolds, Wayne Ledbetter, and Wayne Siddell. And John Shelton has been around all of these for quite a while. Out of Prescott, car number 9, going to be on the pole position. From Gilbert on the outside, Eugene Thomas, car number 10. The OG, hey, we know him as Kyle Shipley. Out of Phoenix, Tyler Most from Peoria. He is in the 3X. Followed by Pete Yurkovich, Phoenix, Arizona man, and the number 3. So you got a 3X and a number 3. And then the number 9 and the 9X all in this race. Out of Peoria, Randy Nelson in the 9X. Danny Matthews, Santan, Arizona, Santan Valley, the number 42. Mesa, Arizona, Dean Colquette in the number 91. Ready to go green, John Shelton, bring him around. What do you say? Looking good down the back straightaway. Cars bunched up. Oh, a little bit of rubber touching as they come down into turn number 3. No harm, no foul. As Johnny Shelton and Kyle Shipley. Shipley's got the fastest of the Rockets up on the outside, the OG machine. Not able to put it together that lap. But he makes it happen. He got all those colors on his car, man, I'll tell you. Hard to see the numbers. Whoa, up and over, turn number 1. Got to get the red. That looks like the number 3 car, Pete Yurkovich. Bring it around, Comrade Santa Cruz, ready to go. Let's do it. Green light, green flag. Right, Kyle Shipley bringing it down around his brother Josh. Used to drive one of the wing sprint cars, but both the brothers are now in the Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series. Very competitive division, and thanks to Santan Ford, got some pretty good money that these drivers are racing for. Using the cushion up on the outside, see if it helps John Shelton, that white number 9. Shipley's kind of having it his own way, but last lap around, Shelton a little bit quicker, Shipley, but he's not able to hold on to it. That Eugene Thomas Blue Machine, the number 10, running in that third spot, holding his own as well. All right, just past the halfway point. There's lap 6 of 8. So Kyle Shipley, 27-year-old out of Phoenix, Arizona. Out there, I'll tell you, it's going to be an interesting featured main event. These guys going to be running 20, maybe 25 laps. I haven't got the exact call on that yet. But Shipley takes the checker. John Shelton right behind him, Eugene Thomas. All right, hey, heat race number 3. Here we go. Philip Deeney going to bring him around. Philip is in the number 88. Driver out of Phoenix, Arizona. Dustin Burkhardt out of Peoria, 34 AZ. All right, hey, anybody from Hawaii here tonight? Well, I'll tell you, hey, we got one guy. Fortunately, he is here stateside, because if he was in Hawaii, they probably wouldn't let him out. He's out of Hilo, Hawaii, Dalen Piera, number 21. Car number 17 from Tucson, Joe Shepner. Dennis Guile. Dennis Guile out of Mesa, car number 13, quarterback academy man. Josh Shipley, the Prez, out of Surprise, having a start there in the back row along with Stevie Sussex. So, if history repeats itself, 3 of the fastest drivers are at the back of the field. So you got Shipley in the 2, Sussex in the 12, and Dennis Guile in the 13. 7 cars, 8 laps, bringing them down, bringing them around. Well, there's nothing on the track, but the flagman says, hey, it's yellow. So, all right, there we go, blasting them around. Wow, they really mixed it up off of that start. But this is also ASCS sanctioned non-wing sprint cars. Bring around and see what it looks like on lap number 1. I'll tell you, he started in the back of the field, and guess what? The Prez. It is an election year, so Josh Shipley, Dustin Burkhardt, Joe Shepner, 1, 2, and 3 after the first wire trip. And that's the way they are after the second, bouncing it around down on the low side. Shepner and Guile. Shipley opening things up. Whoa, hey, that's one of our quickest times of the night. Josh Shipley turned it a 16.280 after having one of the fast times just during hot laps. But to get him out there all by himself. Look at him work that track. Everybody is staying low. Nobody's riding that cushion. They're trying to stay down on the low side. At least going in turn number 1. Watch how Shipley dives into turn number 1, sets himself up. Very little slide. Great racetrack out here, and I know that's what these drivers are going to be talking about when it comes down to victory lane. So Josh Shipley set him up a little bit on the bumpy side down there in turn number 1, down on the low end. But Shipley, about ready to put a lap on one of the slower cars, comes around, takes the white. Sussex working his way up from the backside. Both of these drivers have been in USAC cars. And Josh also in a wing car, ASCS. Now, Stevie Sussex worked his way up to second, and that's where he's going to finish. So it's Shipley, Sussex, and Burkhart. 1, 2, and 3.